Hello everyone, this is Autumn from Central Plains Library System, and boy do we have another fun project for you today. This one is going to be an engineering project. Have you ever dropped something that has gone behind the couch? Maybe you can't quite reach it, or mom and dad put those special cookies up in the top cupboard and you can't reach them? Well, we have a fun DIY project today that's called an articulated grabber, and it'll teach you how to build and engineer things so that you can reach things that are just out of reach. So we're going to turn it over to Chandler in our STEAM lab, and we're going to go full steam ahead.
Hello everybody, it's me, Chandler, and today in our science lab, we are going to be creating a monster. Mwahaha! A grabbing monster! The first thing we're going to do is you're going to head down into the description of the video and print out one of these templates so that you will know how to make your different pieces for your grabber monster. All you'll need is a few of these brass fasteners, a ruler, a pencil, some scissors, and any old cereal box cardboard. You'll trace around that template on your cardboard like this, and then you'll set your template to the side. Usually, your ruler will be about the width you need for the strips that you'll create. So after tracing around it, you should have your box. You put your ruler across that box, and the top line should match up with the top edge of the ruler, and trace along the bottom. Now that we have that done, we can set our template to the side and begin cutting out our little strips. And while we do this, I'll tell you how our monster will work. There will be two handles at the end. Those handles are how you control your monster. The monster is activated by pulling your handles together like this, which extends the monster's neck as it chomps onto its prey. In other words, you'll pull two pieces of cardboard together, which will cause the body of the cardboard to elongate, and you will have the jaws come together at the end. Now that we got all of our pieces cut out, we are going to take our pieces and fold them in half so that you have this type to where the middle can be opened up. Now that we got that done, let's start marking our dots where our little brass pins are going to hold it together. What you do is you take your template, put it right over top of the piece, and make sure that it lines up correctly. And as hard as you can, make sure you don't hurt yourself though, poke so that on the cardboard there will be a dent. Do that for each of your dots on each of your sticks. Once you push through the paper so you got a dent on all of your strips in the 3 places marked in the template, you're going to draw where that dent is a little dot so you don't lose it. Do that for all of your strips. Now that you've done that, you can either take a really sharp thumbtack, we have a tool here, or a really sharp pencil, be careful not to hurt yourself though, and puncture your holes through each of the dents that you made. And make sure that you have something there to protect whatever surface you're using. You just poke your holes through them, and then that will be where our little brass tacks will go. Once we got all of our holes punched through all of our strips, we can start working on the jaws of our ultimate monster. Now, the jaws of our monster are important because they're what it are going to grab onto whatever we're trying to reach. I already drew mine out. You can make them any shape you want and try changing it up so you can see which shapes work best. I personally like dinosaurs, so I tried to draw dinosaur jaws. And to make it work a little bit better, I tried to make this bottom edge the same width as the ruler, otherwise the same width as your strips. I'm going to cut out these jaws, and hopefully they'll hold on to whatever my monster needs them to. Now that we cut out our jaws, chomp chomp, we're going to poke holes through them so that we can attach them to our end monster. And once we do that, we can go on to putting our pins in the rest of our strips that we already poked our holes through. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is make an X, like this. You're going to take your pin, be careful not to drop them, push it through both sides so that it will go through, and you can see the other end, and then push it through the other one. A quick test you can do with your cardboard is go like this to make sure it'll turn. Then you will take your two brass ends over here, separate them, and press them down so that now it won't come apart when it gets jostled. Then we're going to do that a different way. Down here, we're going to take another one and attach it to the bottom. Push it through. Both sides. And then pull your fastener bits apart. Make sure you don't get lost in the maze of different sticks. So the next thing you're going to do is tuck this bit under and have this middle hole of this one line up with the middle hole of this one. And put fasteners not only through the top up here, like this, and do your separation, but also down here. And continue pushing that through both sides and pulling your little prongs apart. On the back, it almost looks like a flock of seagulls. Now, a quick test, and you can see that it's already working. Now, we need to do a few more before we can add our jaws. So, let's start by putting these on. You will put this one just like this, and take your pin and push it through the first one and that one. Just Spread your little things at the back. And then we will do this again with this one. Putting this under this flap, and then putting this one on top of the other one's hole. Push it through. And this one. Spread. These can sometimes be tricky. And spread the brass at the back. You'll need one more to do the middle here. And then we can start attaching our jaws. Get it through both ends. Put it there. And then it's time for our jowls. We will need 2 more fasteners so that we can attach the jaws of our grabbing monster. Make sure that you don't lose any. That's why a cup helps. Push it through your jaws hole, and the hole right here, and line it up along with your stick. You'll see why when you use it. And then we'll do the bottom. And like I said before, you can try different shapes of jaws and see how that affects how well you can grab on and hold on to various different objects. Okay. Now, once we have that done, you can take your handles of your monster, reach out, and grab on to whatever your monster wants to feast on. Whether it be a pencil or a hand. Om nom nom. Enjoy!
That was such a fun project, wasn't it? So now is the time to really get started with your innovations. Think about your basic grabber design. Maybe it doesn't work quite the way you thought it would. Maybe it doesn't grab as good as you'd like. So go ahead and make some tweaks. Don't be afraid to take it apart and make something new so that you can make sure it grabs the way you want to. Then go ahead and try it out and look for other things that you can test the grabber design with. What about simple tasks like pouring an object from one cup to another? Or what about a marker? Can you use the marker with the grabber to make your own art? Can you catch a ball in midair? Those are some things that you can keep finding new ways to push your design to the next level. We hope you had a great time, and we look forward to the next project with you. So long.